come across foldables.me or Projectio, you'll already know the work of Mint Digital. We're talking to Chief Creative Officer Andy Bell today about what's next for their creative agency. Welcome to Tech Sessions. I'm with Andy Bell. He's the Chief Creative Officer at Mint Digital. Welcome to Tech Sessions.
Hello.
So is physical the new digital?
That's a good question. I think there's definitely a lot of enthusiasm around physical at the moment. I guess Mint's approaching it from a slightly different direction to the kind of broad thrust of enthusiasm in physical, I guess, is people like Pebble and like a whole bunch of startups showing that hardware can be innovated on in the way that until recently people only thought software could be.
I'm just thinking of Moo even, which is, printing business cards and related products, but has been really popular with the tech community, and it's not unfair to compare Mint to Moo.
We're certainly sort of seeming to be ending and moving in that sort of direction. I think all the things that we do are in that kind of Moo type of vibe of trying to create lovely online experiences that then lead to lovely physical things.
Yeah.
So one of our products is Stickygram, which is the first thing we launched in this area. We launched this 2 years ago. And
it's fridge magnets.
It's an Instagram to fridge magnet business. And then other things we've done in this area are Foldable Me, which is it's a kind of...
Is that Louis Walsh?
I think that may be a Louis Walsh.
Nice. And this is Harry Styles?
That may be a Harry Styles. All made just using the tool rather than with any kind of license. So basically the way it works is it's a bit like a kind of Nintendo Me avatar creation piece of software, but then the output is a real life avatar. So you get sent a kind of very high quality, pre-cut and scored.
We have one here.
And so we kind of think it really makes a fantastic, surprising birthday present. Or we've had some lovely examples of people using them. We had a couple who took them all around everywhere they went on their honeymoon, and they made little videos of themselves and their kind of avatars enjoying these fantastic beaches in Thailand, etc., etc.
So this is someone from Coldplay. Oh yeah, Will Champion. So shall we have a go? Show me how it works. Yeah. So it's really good fun, but how do you make money from this?
I think actually the business model works out quite nicely, because one thing we've found, we've tried to launch a lot of businesses in our time. Our background's an agency, so we just use our spare time to launch businesses. A lot of the businesses we've tried to launch before have kind of really needed to be kind of Facebook-sized successes, whereas all of these, because you pay to buy the product, they work at much smaller scale. Like tens of thousands of users are what it takes to get to a business, rather than hundreds of thousands or tens of millions or whatever.
Yeah, but even though you're paying to have physical things manufactured, it still makes money at that kind of scale. This is Projectio, isn't it?
So this is our latest one, which is it's a very small Instagram projector. So what it is it's powered by a battery. So it's probably it's too bright to see it here, but so it's battery powered, high powered LED. And here, 9 of your Instagrams have been projected onto a single piece of 35mm film. So you can, I think the best use case for it was, I was talking to, do you know Jamie Murray Wells?
Yes, Glasses director.
So he was saying, Glasses director, friend of some fabulously wealthy people, and he was saying, if you went on a villa holiday with someone for a weekend, and I'm kind of imagining his friends are the people who've got everything, and you wanted to give them a little memento to say thank you, then I think sending them a Projectio with 9 of your Instagrams of the weekend is, I think it's so basically
very sweet.
Particularly when it comes to gifts, people want things that are personalised. You see it with greeting cards. They're the one kind of mass-produced product that's actually designed to be personalised by adults, and now you can use computers to mass personalise these products in kind of far more interesting and deeper ways.
Well, it's an interesting dynamic as well, because the internet is supposed to homogenise everyone. It's supposed to make us global, and actually it's almost there's almost a demand for something personal and individual now.
And I think and also that, I mean, one way that the internet hasn't homogenised us is by the kind of increasing focus on yourself and how you project yourself, whether it's via Twitter or Facebook, or there's that kind of stream of individualism, and I think these just play into that absolutely fantastically, because one of the reasons this has worked really nicely as a business is the first thing people seem to do when they get one of these is then put a photo of it on Instagram saying, I'm so delighted my Stickygram have arrived, and because everyone's got their own set of Stickygram, there's something unique to share with the world, rather than just saying,
Yes.
my X or Y has arrived.
This is also proving to be quite commercially successful in another way because this has just been bought. Is that right?
So yeah, we sold. I think it was announced maybe 2 weeks ago that we've sold Stickygram to Photobox.
Okay, so it started off as a side from your daily business, and now it's making you some serious money.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think we'd always. Our ambition pretty much from day one had been to run an agency, but to try and do absolutely everything we could in any kind of spare moment to build proprietary businesses. So even though it was using our spare time, it was more than a hobby is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, we're absolutely delighted to have got to that kind of stage of validation that kind of a fantastic photography company like Photobox can see the value in it and hopefully can keep taking it further and improving it and improving its reach.
Where do the seeds for these ideas come from? How do you come up with the concept?
It's quite interesting because all three of these have come from different places. Both of these came from one individual person, like different individual people sort of just coming in and saying, wouldn't it be different mint saying, I'd really like to make this, or I'd really like to make that. This one actually, every year we do a kind of a week-long product development retreat competition where we go back to Bournemouth, where I'm from, and get a cheap hotel out of season. And so after we come up with Stickygram, the next year we set ourselves a brief at 4 days to launch our kind of product development retreat. How can we come up with something? Let's prove it's not or let's see if it's a flash in the pan or if there's something we can recreate about this. And the brief was create something that exists in the physical world and scratches an individual's creative itch. So this was the winning competition from that. This was the winning one of the three from that. Yeah. Then still weren't sure about it, so we put it on Kickstarter. We had a tremendous response on Kickstarter, got funded at 1,000% of what we needed to pay for all the tooling to take it into business, and then launched it maybe in October of last year.
And do you use Kickstarter often? Because we've noticed that as Kickstarter has grown, I don't know if the pool of opportunity for investment is it's almost the App Store problem, that getting visibility. There are some amazing products on Kickstarter that you see and you just know are never going to achieve the money that they're asking for. I
think that's an interesting question. We've done 3 Kickstarter campaigns. The first one wasn't successful and the second 2 were. So both this was our second one and this was our third one. And this was considerably more successful than this one on Kickstarter. So to our very limited pool of knowledge seems to be that it's almost the reverse of the App Store problem, that there seems to be, even though there's a lot more products going onto it, there's even more people looking at it and looking at kind of investing in it. But that may just be that we've been lucky, or it may be that we're kind of getting better at kind of knowing how to play the Kickstarter game.
Yeah, a bit more savvy at how to pitch. Yeah, it's all down to the video.
And how to launch it, I think, as well, just that kind of first day pop, getting as much buzz as possible, because over half the funding in both cases came from within the from people who had already bought something and then were like, you might also like this. But to get that you might also get like this, you need to be kind of getting up the rankings initially. So
yeah, you've got to play the Kickstarter game. Yeah, very interesting. In the tech space more broadly then, what's inspiring you? What are you reading? Who do you think is doing really well?
What am I reading? I think my favourite things I've been reading are absolutely fantastic. The Peter Thiel lectures that were transcribed by, I think, Blake Masters. I thought, like pound for pound, like the 20 lectures, each one had like 4 or 5 insights that are kind of things where you kind of, once you read them, you think that's obvious, but before them, they never even crossed my mind. And the fact that you kind of feel Peter Thiel's intellect without even, it's not even him writing them, it's just someone else transcribing them. Peter Thiel, actually, sorry, that's someone corrected me the other day. I love Ben's blog, Ben Horowitz from Anderson Horowitz, and then the other guy's Paul Graham. I think there's so much insight
into Y Combinator.
Yeah, into what a startup is, how to make it work, and
essential reading.
Well, one of the fantastic things about the internet is like the best people in the industry kind of see it in their interest to share absolutely everything to do with the kind of all their insights, and we can benefit from it.
Interesting stuff. What's next then for you? What's on your drawing board at the moment?
We're in a little bit of a transitionary phase at Mint because we're having just sold Stickygram. We're now in a sort of position to take a slight step back and think you know, we've just got a little bit more comfort financially. I think really there's two things we want to do. One is we want to reinvest in kind of bigger and more ambitious proprietary projects. I'm particularly interested in this kind of digital physical mass personalization. My personal aim is to be like, I kind of think just as like Pixar in animation was able to kind of fuse creativity and technology and build a studio of people who kind of kept pushing the art, and you kind of, I'd love to do that in this area, and I think like these 3 products we've done, each one is really a kind of big step on from what we were able to achieve with the previous one, but you know, if we could do 5 or 6 of them. And then I think the second thing that we're very keen on is we really feel we're kind of, through what we call this 4 days to launch program of kind of rapid prototyping, we're kind of over the spring we've been working with a few different kind of big blue chip companies to kind of use that as a way of helping them channel their innovation digitally, and it's a really wonderful way of prototyping that, just getting everyone in a room for 4 days. It kind of, before we did it, we found like prototypes were just kind of, everyone would chuck everything in and they'd just end up being a bit of a mash of everything. Whereas this forces you to make the hard decisions, push to an edge, and come up with, you know, so we're very excited about the work we're doing with bigger companies, kind of, you know, and as you look around the world, you kind of realise that some of these big companies have such incredible, like, whether they're brands or mind shares or, like, you know, just in terms of like the amount of traffic some existing brands generate, potentially in the real world via footfall, and if you can bring the power of digital innovation to them, which I think we're just doing so much better than we ever have before. It's so anyway, more proprietary, more agency work, and hopefully just getting better and better.
Yeah, and be as big as Pixar. Reach for the stars.
So that's the ambition.
Amazing. It was really interesting, Andy, and good luck.
Thank you very much.